This is a special presentation of Wave 31 Sports.
It's the McCurry Big Game Friday night. Hello, Alabama, find a comfortable spot. We got high school football and it's coming out hot. Now here we are and the lights are shining bright. We've always been. Yeah, Wave 31 is rocking all right.
With Nolan, Max, and Xavier.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
It's a battle of the unbeatens in Florence. 5-0 Russellville and 5-0 Mars Hill, each hoping a win can put them on the path to a deep playoff run in our Big Game Friday night Game of the Week. While in our rivalry Game of the Week, it's a Sand Mountain shootout between Pisgah and Sylvania in our rivalry Game of the Week. Welcome into the Week 5 edition of Big Game Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, the high school football season is officially halfway over, and tonight that meant we had some non-region fun. The Mars Hill Panthers are the highest scoring team in the state and put their 59-point average to the test against a 5-0 Russellville team tonight. So it's out to Florence, where at the end of the night, someone will be 6-0. Down 3 early, Griffin Hansen rolls to his right and fires a pass to Cannon Pig. Russellville's Gunnar Sappington coming in like a freight train and forcing the fumble as the Golden Tigers have a golden opportunity, and they won't waste it. Cameron Finese through the line and into open space, winning the foot race for a Tiger touchdown, putting them up 10. But Mars Hill's Griffin Hansen is a true gamer, rolling right behind his blockers and then cutting left when the window opens, and he's gone. I mean, I don't know what he is, you don't know what he is, no one does. Most importantly, Ardmere doesn't, but guess what? He's in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for the Panthers. But unfortunately, he'd roll into some trouble later near his own goal line, coughing the ball up as Ardmore takes over again. That would lead to another Tiger touchdown. Harrison Birch fooling everyone on the keeper as the Tigers take an 11-point lead, but that wouldn't be enough to stop the Panthers tonight. They rally to win it, 27-24.
Well, I mean, once this game's behind us right here, we use this game to get better for ourselves, and hopefully we can keep this rivalry going. That's 2 years in a row it's coming down to the wire. It was a hard-fought game. It's great high school football. 2 really good teams going at it, and we're fortunate to come out on top. Our defense just kept us in it the third game. They made outstanding plays, kept us in it, and we finally figured out a way to make a play, and so that's a great high school football game. Well, our defense coordinator, Chris Ballantyne, his staff, they just went in there and got some things set, and guys did a better job of executing, and really proud of our defense, the way they fought in that third quarter. Well, this is something we can build on. I mean, this was a great team and environment. It felt like a state semifinal game. So playing a team like this only helps you get better. Well, we're just going to celebrate this, enjoy this. A huge win for our program right here.
Well, how about that? Mars Hill stays unbeaten, handing another big school a loss as they move to 6-0. And speaking of unbeatens, let's check in on Muscle Shoals. The Trojans in Madison tonight to take on the Jets. This is only the second meeting between these squads, with the Trojans coming out on top last year, and the Jets not wasting any time taking flight. Opening kickoff, Devon Cooper. He's going to show you speed you only see when a jet is leaving an aircraft carrier. Fired off into the night for a long James Clemens touchdown, and that'll get the fans in Madison fired up with the early score. But this Trojans team means business and answers immediately. Cole Woods has Hayden Vance in the end zone for the 3-yard score, and obviously Woods decided later that he wanted to show off his speed too, putting it on display with a keeper to the house. Next thing you know, the Trojans are marching, and Muscle Shoals had it working on defense too. Ty Mark looking for Cooper, but Xavier Johnson's got his eyes all over this one, jumping in front of the pass to put the Trojans offense back out there. Jacques Screen would finish off that one as Muscle Shoals wins it 42-28. Staying in 7A, the Florence Falcons were 2-3 heading into tonight's matchup against the Minor Tigers, and a pretty even matchup with the scoring, similar records, but in the end, Florence comes out on top, moving their record to 500 as they take it 27-14. And staying in the highest classification, Austin had a big matchup tonight with Gardendale, hoping to hand the Rockets their 5th loss of the season, and the Black Bears win it 38-27. Well, it's already time for us to take our first time out of the show, but don't you dare touch that remote, because when we return, we'll send things out to Sylvania for our rivalry Game of the Week.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night.
Welcome back into Big Game Friday night, everyone. Through 6 weeks of the high school football season, region standings are starting to take shape. In 6A action, the Hartselle Tigers started the season with a loss to Austin, but haven't dropped a game since. Tonight looking to extend the streak against an unbeaten Oxford squad, and offense was mostly non-existent in the first half. Oxford trying to run the ball, but they got nowhere to go. The good defense wasn't just limited to Hartselle. Tigers running back Lincoln Bryant slammed to the ground for little to no gain. Then later, Oxford quarterback Mason Mims throws a dart to Jaden Thomas, past one defender, but there's no more room for him to go that time. And just like that, that's done. Everything seemed to be coming together on that drive as Mims was looking for his man when out of nowhere, Hartselle's Jake Haynes gives his best J.J. Watt impression with the big sack. This would be a very close game, and Hartselle comes out on top, 22-21. Out in Fort Payne, it's the Wildcats hosting the Arab Knights, and the Knights were looking to bounce back after a loss against Scottsboro last week, but they couldn't keep up the momentum, and they fall 38-14. This week, there's non-region action going on, which means we get some good old-fashioned rivalries like one that's been brewing between the Eagles and Rams since the 1950s. And what's not to love about a rivalry like this? We'll jump in with Pisgah rolling on a drive, and they will take their sweet time on this one. Mason Holcomb takes the snap and rolls to his right, hitting Jet Jeffrey, who is manhandled by the Rams defender. Luckily, it's still good for a first down, and they are keeping things going. Same drive, Eagles still taking their time, but who cares if you score, right? Holcomb drops back and has Jacob Kirby in open space. He makes his way to the far side and dives across for a touchdown to go up 4, but the 2-point conversion makes it a 6-point game, the way it would stand in the 40-34 win.
It was chaotic. Proud of our kids. We made some adjustments at halftime. We told them to keep playing, do what they were supposed to do. It was a 48-minute fight, and I'm proud of our kids. We cramped up some, and it came down to the wire, and I'm proud of them. You know, you can't ask for a better. Sylvania fought their tails off, and they ran out of time, but proud of our kids.
Speaking of rivalries, how about the Battle of Limestone County? It's East against West tonight. Now, these teams have met 51 times, with East winning 26 and West taking 25. All of a sudden, carry on the play right there, and now we go with the Indians. Xavier Edwards on the carry, gaining big yards, running through the gap, and he's got a first down. Indians going for the run on another play. Edwards going for the first down for the Indians once again. Now you're going to want to watch this. Bradley Smith for the Wildcats, and he is coming at you fast, finding the gap for a first down. Wildcats would go with another run play a little bit later. Smith on the carry again. Great footwork, and he is close to the 30-yard line this time. Now back to the Indians. Aiden Bell on the carry, and a big tackle by Terrence Gregory of the Wildcats. The Wildcats would decide to give it a run again. Travis McCluskey on the carry, running through the gap, very aggressive, and gaining a first down for the Wildcats. West Limestone ties the record, winning their 26th game, 20-7. Over at Discovery Middle School, yes, Discovery Middle School, it's JP2 hosting North Jackson. Both teams looking for that first win of the season. Luke Songy back to pass, and he'll hit the pump fake and then roll right, hitting Mark Andruski in stride as the Falcons pick up some serious ground through the air. On the very next play, Songy's going to drop back and then spring forward when he sees a hole, zigging and zagging through the Chiefs defense and across the goal line for a touchdown. Just like that, JP2 leads by 7, but not for long. A little later, Songy back to pass yet again, and the Chiefs are going to let him roll, looking for an open set of hands. Big mistake. Just one man to beat at the line, and he's too fast for that defender, putting on another footwork display as he's back in the end zone, 13-0 Falcons. And seeing what worked on the other side of the field, North Jackson dials the same number, except this time it's Diego Holt. Direct snap directly into the end zone for the Chiefs, but it's the Falcons who fly high tonight, 40-26. Staying in Region 8, the Buckhorn Bucks traveled for a Sand Mountain showdown against Guntersville, and the Bucks lose on the road, 38-7. And if you want to talk about even matchups, how about the battle between MA and MC? Madison County and Madison Academy have met 30 times, splitting things right down the middle with 15 wins each. In meeting 31, someone had to take the upper hand, and the Mustangs already had it, up 21-0 in the second. Madison County looking to change that. De'Aaron King on the direct snap, and he'll claw his way through the defense, shaking and baking upfield to get Madison County moving. Since it worked well the first time, they give it another shot. This time there's no room for Kern to work with on the right side, so he cuts it back to the left where Joshua Williams sends him to the ground. So the Tigers are forced to kick a field goal, hoping to get at least 3 points before the break. But Austin Chambers comes in to block this one, keeping the shutout intact and giving the Stangs another shot at the end zone, and they wouldn't waste it. Ken Cherry, one cut and he's gone. No one can get even close to him as he explodes out of the backfield and into the end zone to put Madison Academy up 28 at the break. The Mustangs would go on to win this one 63-7. Back here in Huntsville, Westminster Christian welcomes Central to town in a battle of the Wildcats. WCA already up a score as we jump into this one, but Central's driving and they hit a road bump when the ball hits the turf. Luckily, they're able to scoop it up and somehow keep that drive alive, but that would hurt WCA because Central would not be stopped. Jackson Brewer has Evan Handback wide open, and the Wildcats score to tie this game. But Brandon Mush under center, guess what? That means Wildcats, the Westminster Wildcats, of course, always in scoring position. This time he dishes it to Adam Hartman, and he's got the angle and the drive, getting the arms extended over the pylon for a touchdown. Just like that, the home team is back in front. Central would tie the game at 14 after a long touchdown run, so now Mush has the ball back in his hands, and right there, that's why he's a dual threat quarterback, calling his own number for the touchdown. Westminster gets a big win over Central, 71-54. And after a big win last Friday, Scottsboro is sitting pretty in 5A Region 7. Tonight looking to keep their record perfect against a Priceville team that got the best of them last year. You like touchdowns? Priceville's Blitz Clemens. How about this one? Talk about a perfect name. He blitzes his way through Scottsboro's defense just like there's no tomorrow and takes it all the way from his own 40 for the touchdown. Priceville, however, is down by 3 scores, so not as exciting as it looks. They turn the offense back to Blitz Clemens a little later, and he's going to pick up a nice run for a first down, but Scottsboro is not going to take their foot off the gas. Already up big. Quarterback Jake Jones says, it's my turn. He barrels through the Priceville defense, and that sets up another big one. Running back Jacoby Edmondson is going to take the handoff, and he is going all the way. A dominant night for the Wildcats. They win on the road, 48-14. In some other 5A action, Brewer and Sardis battled things out at Lions Stadium. Sardis used the home field advantage and came out on top, 21-14 over Brewer, while Boaz ran into Southside, and that team had 4 straight wins, and they pushed them into overtime. Still, the Panthers added another check to the win column, 48-45. All right, well, it's time for me to catch my breath, but don't move a muscle. When we come back, we turn the spotlight on some of our smaller schools with more scores and more highlights just after the break.
You're watching BK Friday Night
All right, everyone, welcome back into Big Game Friday night. Tonight in Elkmont, it's the Red Devils welcome a winless Ardmore team to Boss Hill Stadium. And Elkmont's going to open the playbook early against the Tigers. Jacob Pendergrass on the catch, and it's a hook and lateral. Really nice play, but that drive would stall. But Ardmore's offense was clicking on all cylinders early. Brody Wise takes the handoff, and he'll head to the house for an early lead at the Boss. The Tigers would stick with it. Alex King looking to the skies, and Noah Stafford brings it in and goes for a jog all the way across the goal line. Ardmore up 14. And their defense would say, hey, we want to get in on that scoring fun. Cameron Jarrett picking off the pass and dashing through the grass to put the Tigers up 3 scores, and the Tigers would win it 41-14 over the Red Devils. Let's keep things rolling and check in on another one of our undefeated squads, the Lauderdale County Tigers, tonight hosting Lexington, looking for win number 6, but they do come out on top, winning that one 41-20, while DAR falls to Clements 63-6. How about those Fife Red Devils? Paul Benefield's squad lost their first game of the season, but they haven't allowed a point since. Hoping to keep that streak alive against Plainview, and here's an example right there. That defense showing that the Bears have absolutely nowhere to go. That means it's Red Devil ball, and Logan Anderson pulls off the Fife special. That's just a rushing touchdown, by the way. They love doing that. And as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. Fife would allow Plainview to put 2 touchdowns on the board tonight, but they'd still dominate 49-14. The nation's longest losing streak stands at 76 games and belongs to Huntsville's own Columbia Eagles. Tonight they look to do the unthinkable and win their first game since 2015 as they squared off with Tanner. And it's Tanner's High's homecoming. They start with a run play through the gap. Talion Hall on the carry, giving the Rattlers a first down. And look at that, that is a beautiful piece of running right there. A little bit later, Columbia's Antoine Settlers is going to go get a first down. A nice run play right there, and he's going to head out of bounds. Columbia first down. Rattlers is going to head and switch things up. Now it is number 2 on the carry, and this kid is fast, but that one was swiped by the Rattlers. Columbia now, Hakeem Dunnigan on the carry with a great spin, and he's only going to gain 2 yards on this play. Later, it's Settlers on the carry, and he's going to get about as close to getting out of bounds as he can keep things going from a big gain. And a bit later, it's Wilson Pilemon going for a quick pass play, but he's going to end up getting sacked. Darrell Howard back up for Columbia. Columbia keeps its losing streak going, dropping to 0-6 in this one. How about the Hatton Hornets? The team is off to a 4-0 start for the first time since 2004, hoping to make it 5-0 against East Lawrence tonight, and they keep their perfect record, winning 34-30, while at Brindley Mountain, the Lions try to snap another losing streak as they welcome Woodville to town, and the Panthers would win 50-6. All right, well, it's already time for us to call our final break of the show, but don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we've got a battle between 2 teams that need a win. It's Waterloo and Sheffield, right after the break.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night.
Welcome back into Big Game Friday night, everyone. Halfway through the season, some teams are unbeaten, others are still all beaten. Tonight in Waterloo, the Cougars hosted the Bulldogs with both squads still searching for that elusive first win. And after an exciting night of play, Sheffield can put a check in the win column. The Bulldogs beat Waterloo 42-0. And of course, we can't forget about college football. We've got a busy day tomorrow in the SEC. In Starkville, the 12th ranked Tide will look to keep things rolling in SEC play as they square off with Mississippi State. The Bulldogs have rolled in each of their last 15 meetings with the Bulldogs and will hope to keep that streak alive when that one kicks off at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And down on the Plains, Auburn welcomes top-ranked Georgia to Jordan-Hare Stadium for the 128th meeting of the Deep South's oldest rivalry. The Tigers have lost their last 6 meetings with the Bulldogs and will look to upset the back-to-back champs when that one kicks off tomorrow at 2:30. Back here in Huntsville, the Alabama A&M Bulldogs are hosting an undefeated Tuskegee team tomorrow for homecoming at Louis Cruz Stadium. The Bulldogs have won their last 2 meetings with the Tigers and will look for another dub when that action gets underway at 2. And you can watch that game right here on Way 31.6. And of course, last but not least, it's also homecoming for North Alabama. The Lions welcome Eastern Kentucky to Brawley Stadium for a 6 o'clock kick, still searching for their first win in United Athletic Conference play. Way 31 is also home of the MLB Wild Card Series games. There are games slated for Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon as well as Thursday if needed. Right now, the time of the first pitch is still up in the air, but MLB officials are expected to make a final decision by Sunday. All right, well, before we sign off, we have to take our time to thank everybody who makes this show possible, especially our radio sponsors helping make this show a reality each and every week. And of course, a massive thank you to everyone that actually helps put the show on the air. All of our shooters, everyone in production, our EP Sarah Jones, everyone that's on the sidelines, and everyone that's helping us put the scores in. We absolutely would not be able to do it without you. And that's what makes Way 31 such a great place to be your home for high school football. And of course, to finish things off this week, we're going to end it the same way we do every Friday night with our Big Game Friday Night Top Lights. Good night, everybody.
watching a special presentation of Wave 31 Sports.